What if I told you that you're probably lying about your life, just like Bridget Jones? You know that scene in Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason, where she ends up in a Thai jail. The women around her are sharing stories about being beaten, being betrayed, pushed into drugs, and all that. And they turn and ask Bridget, what did her boyfriend do that was so terrible? And she says, he didn't stick up for me. They stare at her as if waiting for her to say something more, and she suddenly feels so small that she blurts out, yes, he hit me too. But of course, he never did. But she lies because her pain feels too ordinary, too small to matter. And that moment always gets me because isn't that what so many of us do? We minimize our pain because it doesn't look dramatic enough. We think it's not that bad. I should just be grateful. I was talking with friends recently about how many women, especially those over 50, feel quite quietly unhappy, not because of one big event, but because of the invisible script we were handed, the script of the good woman. The good woman keeps the peace. She doesn't complain. She's patient, grateful, accommodating. And when she feels lonely or unfulfilled, she tells herself she just needs to be thankful for what she has. If you think about it, many of us grew up hearing that same advice from our mothers, aunts, and older women we admired. Every marriage has ups and downs. Be grateful you have security. Don't make a fuss. Marriage goes like it's up and down. They weren't wrong for saying it. For their generation, security often meant survival. Questioning the system could cost you everything: your community, your reputation, and your stability. Endurance became a form of strength, and silence a form of love. But times have changed, and yet many of us still live by that same conditioning. We confuse safety with fulfillment. We confuse being good with being whole. There are women who stay because the thought of losing, say, financial security or the familiar structure feels unbearable. And there are women who leave or reinvent themselves but carry guilt, loneliness, and the weight of being judged for wanting too much. Both sides carry pain. Both are shaped by the same conditioning that says a good woman sacrifices, a good woman endures, a good woman doesn't make others uncomfortable. But what if the real act of goodness is learning to tell ourselves the truth? I know what it feels like to wear that good woman mask, to say, I'm fine, when in the inside you're tired of holding everything together. To believe that keeping peace means keeping quiet, and to realize one day that peace built on silence isn't peace at all, it's suppression. We don't have to reject kindness or love to reclaim ourselves. We just need to redefine what it means to be good. Being a good woman can also mean being honest, setting boundaries, choosing rest, choosing yourself. It means letting go of guilt for wanting more. It means remembering that you're allowed to evolve, even if the people who taught you endurance don't understand your freedom yet. So maybe the question isn't, how do I stay a good woman? Maybe it's, what does being good mean to me now? at this stage in my life. The version of you who once believed keeping everyone else happy was love is evolving. And this version, the one seeking honesty, peace, and aliveness, deserves to be seen too. You don't need to prove your goodness anymore. You just need to live your truth gently and fully. We've named the script, but how do we change the performance? It always starts small. Here are four things you can begin doing today. One, audit your resentment. The first step is moving awareness from our head to our body. Where does the good woman script show up? It usually shows up as some kind of resentment. Next time you feel that familiar clench in your stomach or a sudden burst of irritation, stop and ask yourself, what good woman rule did I just follow? Did I say yes when I meant no? Did I accept an uneven labor split just to keep the peace? The resentment isn't a flaw, it's a compass. It points directly to where you're betraying yourself. Number two, speak a need, not just a feeling. We've spent a lifetime expressing feelings that were often minimized. Now we shift to stating clear needs and boundaries. This isn't about begging for a change. It's about being honest about your terms for participation in a relationship. Don't say, I feel stressed because I do everything. Instead, say, I need you to do X every Tuesday as I will be on an online meditation class, for example. The goal of this step isn't to get them to change. The goal is to practice self honesty and see how your environment responds to your truth. Three, when nothing changes, calibrate your choice. This is a hard part. What if you speak your need and nothing changes? What if they minimize you, forget, or simply refuse? Remember, no one can tell you what to do because no one has lived your experience. The choice is always yours. When you're faced with resistance, the choice isn't just about whether to stay or go. The choice is how you reallocate your energy. Do you keep trying to change them, or do you accept the information you've been given about their current capacity and start making choices that protect your peace? Perhaps you choose to simplify your life, invest more time in friendships, or reduce the emotional labor you provide. You stop spending energy on changing the outside world and start building a sustainable, honest life for yourself, one small choice at a time. However, when the pain is constant, this is number four, if you're consistently met with minimization, blame, or emotional manipulation, especially in relationships where you know you're being narcissistically manipulated, then it becomes about safety and your well being. In these situations, the goal is not to try and communicate, but to seek external professional support. This could mean talking to a licensed therapist, a counselor, or a domestic abuse hotline. These professionals can provide the safe, confidential, and objective help you need to clearly assess the relationship's impact on your mental health and explore all your options for safety and eventual freedom. Their job is not to tell you what to do, but to give you the resources and clarity to make your own empowered decision about whether it's time to build a path out. Your well being is non negotiable. If the relationship costs you your truth and your peace every day, it's always time to get help. Let me know in the comments, what did being a good woman mean to you when you were growing up? And what does it mean now? If this message resonated, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who you think needs to hear this. Being a good woman was never the goal. Being a whole, honest, and alive one is where freedom begins. That's all for today. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Bye.